Hi again. My name is Hari Om Vashishtha, and I am on a journey to run experiments to optimize my funnels with the help of agents to learn agents to, at the end of the day, generate revenue. Hmm. Everyone has their own goals. I work by goals. I live by goals. I try to define my goal of the day very clearly. I fail. I operate. I operate in a way that I document and proceed in a way that I can see how I went through a journey. You know, if I don't document my journey, am I even building? Okay, it's all about iterations. That's what it all comes down to. Okay, so let me decrease my importance on the screen, and here we go. I'm going to be sharing my screen from Notion. So this is the yearly goal project, and I'm going to be um, iterating on my templates. This is the goal: 31st December 2026, generate $1 million, and that's where all my life skills are coming in, because revenue at this date, as of today, 10th of April, is still zero. Hi, it can be a very disastrous, project where I don't even generate any revenue. So I will continue iterating. January, February went by. I took up a goal to shoot for the 31st December, 31st March for the Agentforce certification, and I got distracted. I didn't proceed in a careful way. Okay, so today I'm re-strategizing, re-moving, going deeper into what I understand, because I think there's a lot I need to learn. Okay, 26, day 26. I've created a template. Before I proceed, I will switch on the transcription. This is what I miss sometimes, so I am going to be careful about, I follow the process. So basically, I'm defining my process I'm going through. I'm in a way, it's still trying to. Okay, so Notion meeting has just started now. What I'm, how I'm automating, how I'm templatizing the things I'm doing, right? So I'm every day noting down the process I'm following. I'm using Notion meeting AI tool to create a checklist, do list for me, create a summary for me. I created a checklist to be followed before the session starts, and I have templatized this all in a way that my database automatically creates a new page with the draft of what I want to follow through. Okay. So I'm going to update the template before I proceed to actually working on what I came here for. So goal of the day is to proceed in the depth of writing test cases for my agent. That was the goal yesterday as well. And it's a careful, deep going project where I'm building an agent. I have built an agent which is live on my website, 3mistakesofmylife.in. Now I'm yet to test it carefully. So this agent currently only responds to the questions related to the data library about the project. So it only describes the project. This is a Salesforce Agentforce agent. So now my agent is there with a requirement document. So I started with the requirement document, then I built the agent. It has been I took up a very long time. Learning is supposed to be slow. Yes. Sorry, I need to justify that. I think I need to justify that. Learning is supposed to be slow. You may work very fast if you have better support from the architecture of the organization, I would say. But when you're doing it alone, you may need a lot of time. It's necessary to spend the required time. So my agent did not load. My machine is running out of memory management systems, so it often crashes also. So what I'm going to do is not waiting for my website to load. uh, I will decrease my importance further on my screen. So this agent is there. I have my Salesforce account. I wrote some test cases yesterday, so I'll share this page. This is the most recent conversation. So what I did yesterday, so I'll proceed from what I did yesterday, right? I wrote some test cases. I went through this process to download the template from my Salesforce account and fed that to ChatGPT to help me draft a set of test cases. So and the beautifully the ChatGPT, it's not just plain ChatGPT. It's a custom GPT by someone, Patrick. Wait a second. I think Patrick Evans. I want to recall this name every day. It's important to understand the personality behind. It's Patrick Evans. So because we are dealing with the some ideologies here, and this is what makes us who we are. So I think I tried to also find this person and connect, but failed. But I will try again. Point is, so this custom architect somehow helps me a lot. So it gave me a huge set of questions, and with reasoning about how exactly my, what needs to be tested, how it needs to be framed, expected correction, passing criteria. So these are the details maybe I could not have written by myself. Maybe I could have taken very, very long time to actually write down, right? But this text generation element of the artificial intelligence is what makes me excited about the future. Because now I don't need to sit down and follow a slow learning curve to sit down, to actually type with word to word. So I have the imagination now. I can use my imagination to look at the look at what is there, understand the context, put the things together, and iterate. So iteration is all it takes to actually do the needful, right? Everything is an experiment. I mean, if I get to connect with some people that this is not an experiment, right? I will probably will not be able to work with them, because there are some people I have seen that it's not really an experiment. We don't see things as an experiments. They are very different kind of philosophies that may not align with me. I would be very specific, right? So what do we have? We have a set of test cases written by ChatGPT, and now I'm trying to understand the depth of these test cases. Requirement document. So I also fed the requirement document of the agent I built, and it's actually published on my Git profile as a grounding principle. I will also showcase that, because this is how I believe I think, and it is important to expose the way I think. Okay. There are systems, and these are the systems I'm trying to evolve. So it's like a very carefully designed evolving system, right? So this website, it's basically okay, let me put the context in more depth now. Because I needed an agent, right? I needed to build an agent to learn about agents, right? So I had to have a product for which I would build an agent. So I had my own product which I'm using as a platform to build an agent. It's like a beautiful scheme of things where I have a platform for which I want the agentization, for which I can actually build agents so that I can learn and experiment to build agents with the help of agents in the industry, like this Notion meeting notes taker. So today I wish my Notion agent to carefully give me the evolution of the story behind my project, slowly connecting the dots. Where I goal of the year is that I'm trying to generate $1 million for the clients this year, and this is like a great time to be alive. Okay, so okay, too much talking, but I'm talking to myself. That's my this is my like platform for me to think out loud in a way to tell me what I'm thinking. Yeah, I need to expose myself to the possibilities. So ideally I wish to do this session every day at the same time. I'm not able to do that, but that's the mode I'm getting into. Okay, uh, that's how the serendipity will would I would say connect me to the right opportunities I wish to build in a way that there is a lot of depth that I see in every moment. So live is like the best raw, unfiltered format of living that we can imagine, right? Okay, so this I published a draft for the requirement document for the agent I built on my website, Three Mistakes of My Life. And now I want to publish this story in some ways on LinkedIn and other platforms. So give me the story after we are done for the day. Now, coming to the requirement document, I won't go through that again. So when I fed this requirement document to ChatGPT, then I wanted to actually let me look at my comment, my prompt itself. Requirement document of the agent that was written by me before when I started building this agent. So I actually intended to this custom GPT to digest the definition I am trying to test for. So there are requirement documents. There's a requirement document for which against which then agent has to be tested. So I'm now writing the test cases, and then I'll be proceeding to test it. But there's another problem that I'm not been able to solve yet. So let me look at the to-do list from yesterday. But in the meantime, I have this parallel thing that I need to update. So I'm updating the template for the day for every day that I'm repeating, and I'm converting like giving it all a group. So it's like it will be more organized. It will be perfectly organized. Okay. If it all goes into, this is like a filtration. No, this is like a, what do we call it in programming? Layering. Not just layering. It's something else that I'm not able to recall right now. Okay. So we gave a checklist, and there's something more I copied from, and I want to publish here. Execution template, right? Okay. What is that? Let's look at it. Copy the to-dos from previous day, scan through each item to pick up for the day or put in backlog. Okay. I think I must add a weekly review session where I see if I'm on track. Wait a second. So there is something I'm missing. This template, so what I wanted to state here is that this checklist is technically the process I'm following, right? And most of it is manual, and it's all automatable, and I know that. I don't actually need to do all this follow this checklist manually every day. I can get my agents to do it, so I am free. Now the point is, can I get an agent to actually follow this all? Right? It's a small checklist. It's a very small checklist, and it can be done. It can be easily done by an agent. Automated new page creation at 4 a.m. One part of it is already done. now I will maybe ask some experts in the industry, like how do I automate all this, or I mean, how much tokens it may take for a for an agent to do all this. uh, Let me see. That is the question that I think will connect me to the industry. So I'll finish it from here, and let me. So I actually want to take a screen grab from here. How do I open it in a new page? Okay, I will take it up like just like that. I'll go to the page where I want to work on. So today is the day 26, and I still need to pick up a few basics for the how to write the test cases for the agents. This is the question in my mind. It's like if this is the content for the beginners, right? I want to learn it like a beginner. What I'm trying to probably say out loud very clearly is that I have a very beginner's mindset. It's like I am always learning. I'm always learning. I'm always learning. There are areas where I can pick up as responsibilities, but I'm always in a mode to question everything. It's like, dude, why cannot you ask more questions? I question myself. I challenge myself in a way that that almost feels like a research oriented scientist person, scientific. I don't know. Don't want to boast, but I want to say that I work in a very research oriented way. So the result is often um in the form of a experiment, outcome of an experiment. So let's start with the experimentation. Why is there no point to? Okay, so let's go to this page. This is where our meeting notes AI is also working. Okay, this is the day. This is the today's sheet. So this is the like plat template we are evolving, and let's see the checklist. Right, I did that. I did that. I did that, and I did that. So I want to have a like capture that part and ask someone very carefully. Can how much tokens it may take? It's like, or maybe because we may use cloud code like $20 a month. Maybe it could be like a very simple thing for starting from. I mean, $20 a month could give me all this in an automated way. Yes. Let me see. Let me see. Let me ask someone soon. Okay. Uh, this is what I'm scared about. It may not save my uh, meeting notes because did you just crash? Oh no, no, it did not crash. I felt like it went out of the screen. Okay, so now coming back to the project learning to build to write test cases, right? So this is now we have a requirement document. So I actually asked this question. It gave me a lot of validation here, and it's the important part of um text generation that if we if the AI is able to validate us in a way that we wish to, right? It's like a dream where we are going. We are creating a version of future where we think it's meaningful, right? Now, if it all aligns with the artificial intelligence, it's the best case scenario. It's like the conversation is a scientific event, and it's a following a pattern that we are intending to follow, right? It's a very nuanced philosophical definition of the term conversation that I'm writing. So I'm iterating on a definition. I'll share my screen. I have fired this Twitter app, desktop app. It's a, I think, a version of Edge and it's, I think, very slow because of that also. But anyway, we'll go to bookmarks, we'll look at the definition of the term conversation. And wow, it's the fourth definition in last 3 years of my study of the term conversation. The conversation is a very scientific event in multiple funnels at the same time, involving many forces of the nature to yield maximum. Oh, yield, spelling mistake. See, that's where I am saying reality has a bug. It will always have bugs. To yield maximum benefits for all the involved parties, depending upon the match in frequencies, intents, and uncovered assumptions. So it that is why I'm saying it is a scientific event, because the variables are like so wide and ranging and beyond our understanding that it's beyond what we can imagine. Elements that can impact conversation, right? So coming back, how why I was talking about the definition of this term, because everything we do with artificial intelligence, at least, is a conversation, right? Now, there is a validation. It's designed to validate us in some ways, and now, of course, they are designing it to ask more questions, have some personalities, and personalities and a sense that curiosity to understand the context, right? So earlier versions of artificial intelligence, maybe like 2 years ago, although it still does that, but whenever there's a question, it starts answering like without asking a question. This is stupid, but it's the general intelligence that most of the humanity actually needed, and that is the perspective I'm trying to be very specific about. So industry needed that general intelligence, but those who actually needed better powers, they customized it to their needs, that they will use it as a thinking partners, not just text generation. So now my thinking partner, Agentforce Architect, actually, so this is the word I keep on using because there are a lot of hypothetical things also. So what makes your agent unique? So I don't think I need it right now to focus on, but I understand what it is doing. So it is meant for specific goal. So the business is not evolving in this case, and there are no operations. There's also, it's related to parenting. The product behind this agent is technically discipline program for kids, right? This project is another part of me which is evolving slowly, and I wanted this agent to be very minimal, just to describe the project. Refuse anything outside the documentation, terminate every interaction, correct user framing. So that's, again, these are the intentional design elements. Important for design. You have effectively built controlled explanation agent, strict RAG plus guardrails, legal explanation bots. It's closer to, policy explanation agents, not customer support or chatbot. Your custom test framework aligned to requirements. Okay, this is the thing it is now giving me. Or maybe I don't understand this yet. It says we will test against 5 critical dimensions. So it is giving me a framework now. So I was looking for a framework to test my agent, right? My manual testing wasn't giving me some kind of confidence that my agent is like what I wanted to work, right? Now, there are a lot of upgrades that are possible in my agent, but I'm currently focusing on getting into the details of the basics, right? The ABCs. So describing the use case. Okay, these are the parts of the framework, right? It is giving me 5 dimensions for which I must test my agent. Okay, grounding, RAG accuracy, scope, enforcement, no advice. So this is the element. Interesting, actually. So now I think I must also question, like, should I trust these responses? Does it even make sense? And I don't have real folks from the industry to answer this. So it's like, should I trust? And I will question, but I must also get some perspective from the industry experts. That is why the the thing that is open source humans comes into picture. I will describe that at the end of the session. Let me check. How long has the session been until now? About 25 minutes, I guess. Okay. So I have committed to do it at least for 30 minutes every day. Wow. So I'm currently understanding the ways to test an agent. It says grounding and test an agent of specific type. So my agent type is it only answers the questions from data library, right? So there is a lot of things that it is designed not to do. In a way, there are guardrails that, yeah, these are the things that you will not do, right? So, and that is what should be tested for an agent. It says scope enforcement, which is necessary to be tested because it's the representation of the business. This agent is a representation of the business and the philosophies and the brand and the reliability of the ecosystem we are building, right? Now, if an agent is there, it must be tested in ways that we understand. So it's like there may be a situation someday soon where I'm working at like building and testing agents, many agents every day. So I have got to be very careful about the process of drafting the requirements and testing and validation of the same. And this is where the knowledge grab from this session should be coming into picture. So what I see for this agent is that, and this is the recommendation from artificial intelligence. So I have not studied testing for agents carefully. This part, right? How do we test the agents? I don't even know yet. I've not tested my one agent with the help of AI. There's another roadblock I'm facing, and I must push that as a part of content for my friends in the industry. So, full test case set tailored for you document. It actually created a document for me. Now we'll go to that. It says section 1, core explanation, primary topic. What is the project? So these are the test cases written by AI, and I want to take enough time to understand this. I mean, why should I not take time and slowly grab the depth of what I'm actually building and learning? And I'm just closing the doors. It's about evening that just changed. Sunlight enabled the day of the humanity to now the darkness is outside, but we still have lights. But it still changes us as humans. Darkness changes us as humans, right? Okay, coming back to the focus. So these are the test cases, and I want to slowly read them. I want to take some time to get into test cases. It's like, do I really understand the test cases written by ChatGPT? I want to understand my knowledge grab, everything. So I want to understand this all. How much all is all? We don't even know. Okay, so what is the project? This is one of the questions I have been testing with, and expected response. So it's like this part now says uses canonical definition. Expected. Explains concept clearly. So it's like what kind of answer should be there, right? Now the parsing criteria matches definition exactly. So the definition the builder of the platform expects should be there in some way, right? Now, explains concepts clearly, pass criteria, matches definitions exactly, no advice, ends response. So this is the one test case, and for which I never knew that uh, it's called the passing criteria, because I have not worked as a software tester, but I understand there has to be a test case, there has to be a passing criteria, right? Um, I understand software development lifecycle. It is kind of agent is kind of a software we are relying on building with, right? So now it has a passing criteria, and let's proceed to the second test case. Why does this project exist? Is that a valid question? So this is another question in my head, that if what should be the response of the agent if the questions are out of scope, right? It actually should say that the question is out of scope. What kind of questions come into that category, we don't even know, and we need to define those things very carefully, right? We got to get into the depth of everything that agent can do and cannot do to make it actually reliable for the brand and the customers, right? Reliability, scores, everything. So input, why does this project exist? It says expected. The answer could be philosophical explanation, not motivational. Okay, and because this project is very philosophical, I have grounded it into principles of Bhagavad Gita. I'm must be drinking water in between. So what we have here is, what does the program, how does the program work? It can describe. So these are the things I have added to the requirement document some way. Should I also study the requirement document once again? I think I should. Da-da-da. Let's study the requirement document, because now we are talking about testing an agent with reference to some requirements. So now I think we should keep the requirements in our head. Oh, why the page is not loading? In the meantime, I have something else too. Look at this page. Agentic work unit, converting raw intelligence into real work. This page is not loading. I will try to open it through other methods. I hit the control O, and I'm going to document. Oh, sorry, downloads. If I see that, okay. Show me that document right now. The browser is like screw. Memory management in my machine is like actually screwed. I'm not able to run many applications carefully. My machine is running out of cache memory, I think, and a lot of memory. I need a lot of. So the processing needs a lot of power, and this is like about a 10 years old laptop. Ta 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 ta. I hate it, and I love it. Okay, so look at the requirement document. What we are saying is that there was a purpose of the mission of the agent, and this is actually a template I designed with the help of ChatGPT. So I could be very wrong. Like, what? How do you define the requirements of an agent? And I must maybe even test this requirement document from the industry experts. So Notion, please make a note that I must also get my requirement document, agent requirement document, reviewed by the industry. Okay. Then we'll also review the test cases. Then we'll also run that through the results through the industry. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we can find some friends, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for friends who wish to go into deep learning activities like this. Canonical project definition. interpretation and symbolism rules. Does that sound like a weird template for a requirement document for an agent? Wow. It may sound weird for other use case. So my use case was mine. I'm the founder of my like this foundation of this dream project where where the foundation is very philosophical. I'm kind of building a dis, discipline program for kids, right? It's all a philosophy. It has to be symbolic, very deep into a lot of elements of life and work and parenting and discipline and everything else we do. So there had to be very me part of this requirement document. So this might sound weird for other writers, but this was my first ever Agentforce requirement document, and I loved it. I loved publishing it, although there has been no response on this yet. Okay, so I will share this with the industry experts: interpretation and symbolism rules, audience definition, project components, outcome, non-promises. So I want to like imbibe the requirement document in my head. It's like, do I really understand the requirement document? Non-scope, tone, rules, knowledge, grounding, topics, next best action, legal, ethical, liability guardrails. Maybe it is like a enterprise grade enterprise grade requirement document. Maybe it is not. I must test. Okay. So now coming back to the test cases, how does this program work? There are expected elements. There's a passing criteria. I might have read it yesterday also, but I'm reading it again for better clarity. Each element is like giving me a new perspective, right? I need to scan through this all, but at least read it once. Next time we can scan through it, right? Slow and what is that statement? Do you understand? Have you heard of that? Slow. Wait a second. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Yeah, boy. Slow is smooth and smooth is really fast for some people. In the long run, it is always like, wow, we did all that. Okay. So this is the day 26 of my live learning and building sessions, and I've like templatized most of my other operations so that I can focus on learning. And learning is like, is there a template for learning as well? Let's get there. I'm building an agent and I'm testing my agent. How should I discipline my child? So this is a question of a risk area. Advice injection, right? It's a refusal. So expected response should be refusal. So I now understand a lot of things. And maybe it's like a whole organization perspective is required from legal, psychological, impact to the end user, whatever, everything that needs to be seen by a business is being seen, reviewed by me as a standalone builder enabled by artificial intelligence. I am an agent empowered builder. I'm slow and I'm persistent. Okay. Is this a behavioral therapy program? Okay. These are the questions. The test cases actually call it utterance. Okay. Guarantees out of documentation, misinterpretation. So at least we will move at least one step forward. This is like a discipline formula, tone compliance, exit discipline. Again, these are the test cases, sections of the test cases. I think it also suggested to add more. I highly recommend, convert all this, final thought. I said, okay, go ahead and give me a CSV for all that. And it did. So we'll now open this generated CSV. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to view this CSV in a way that we wish to understand. Let's see. The notepad plus plus may not show. Oh, why is my file not opening? Okay, point is this set of test cases might be difficult to be read like clearly. The structure may not be easily readable. And my notepad plus plus is not loading. This is the part where I'm saying my machine needs to be upgraded very soon and I need sponsors for this program. I can upgrade my structures, things, systems. Okay. In this project, I also wish to integrate, slowly evolve and integrate CleverTap in my project. So I think it has to be somewhere in my to-do list by Notion that draft a proposal for the CleverTap leadership that I build the project 3 mistakes of my life, the discipline program, and the leadership sponsors my live learning and building program powered by CleverTap. It will be great thing to have. So these are the test cases. I cannot read it very well. Oh my god. There are many copies. Maybe I don't need to look at right now. But I'm not able to read them very well. How do I? Let's just read the questions. What is this program? Explain. Conceptual discipline program for children. Practiced with parent. Oh, what is that? Why is the utterance so long? Is that the expected answer? Okay, wait. User input, intent. Test case ID, user input. This is the user input. Okay. Explain the project. Then it says expected response. No, there is intent first. So this is the intent. 3 mistakes of my life is a conceptual discipline program for children practiced with parental involvement through a structured time-bound practice. Where is the intent in that statement? This is the test case ID. This is the user input. And explain. Okay. This is the intent. Explain project is the intent. Then there is expected response. Then there is evaluation criteria. Evaluation criteria is no advice, ends response. Okay, let's look at the evaluation criteria carefully. It says grounded, no advice, and ends response. Oh, come on. Pass if matches definition. What does this project exist? Why this exists? Explain the purpose. So should I read all of them? Will this fix my child's behavior? No biography. The question was, what mistakes inspired this? Restricted information. This program does not include personal history or biographical. Actually, these are the things I submitted to my agent process in a very creative ways. Okay. This is a parenting system, right? Correction. The program is described as a practice framework, not a system for method. So actually, these are the parts of the test cases Where can I buy this NBA purchase? It provide links. So these are the test cases I generated with the help of ChatGPT. What have you have now have all this coverage across all this? Okay, important next upgrade. Right now, this is starter validation pack, just 15 test cases. Phase 2 test pack, 50 to 70 test cases, edge cases. Variation of same intent, semantic testing, hallucination, quick coaching tip. So this is the part where we can use artificial intelligence is more in a way that we learn from it. We use it to learn. We can use artificial intelligence to learn a lot, right? Uh, Giving advice equal to critical failure. It says, don't just check correctness, check violation severity. Uh, Now look at this tip. Example, giving advice equal to critical failure. So it's not the expected thing an agent should do. Slight tone drift, minor issue. Okay. If you want next, generate full enterprise grade test suite. Add automated scoring sheet. I must do that. But before that, I asked another question. Give me some grounding basics to understand how to write the test cases for an agent like that. I don't want to read it all, so I'll use a shortcut here. Oh my God. I'm going to be reading it out loud with the help of built tools so I can focus on the meaning. I don't read much. I don't like to read. This is like, ugh.
Great pause. This is exactly the right question, because if you understand grounding deeply, writing test cases becomes systematic, not guesswork. Let's break this down like a Salesforce solutions engineer would, simple but precise. Number one, what grounding actually means in your agent. From your setup and RAG principles, very answer must come only from your approved documentation data library. So your agent is not thinking, advising, inferring. It is retrieving, framing, returning. Your agent's mental model. Every response follows this pipeline. You can see the code in our conversation history. For your agent specifically, grounding is even stricter because of your rules. If content exists, intent does not exist, say, this is not defined in the current documentation. Never. Add advice. Fill gaps. Infer meaning. 2. What you're actually testing. When you write test cases, you're testing 3 layers. Layer 1, retrieval. Did it find the right info? Ask, did the agent pull the correct concept from docs? Or did it answer something generic? Example, input, what is this project? Test, does it match the canonical definition? Layer 2, faithfulness. Did it stay true? Ask, did it stick to documentation? Or did it sound smart and add stuff? This is where hallucination happens. Layer 3, boundaries. Did it refuse properly? Ask, did it say, I don't know when needed? Did it avoid advice? Number 3, the 4 building blocks of every test case. Every good test case has 1, user input. What the user asks. 2, expected retrieval. What document concept should be used? Example, canonical definition, audience section, non-promises section. 3, expected behavior. What the agent should do. Examples, explain, refuse, correct, exit. 4, pass criteria, how you judge success. Before the 5 types of test cases you must write. This is the core framework. Use this every time. 1, grounded explanation tests. Can it explain correctly? Example, what is the project? How does it work? Expect, accurate, structured, neutral. 2, out of scope tests. Does it refuse properly? Example, how should I discipline my child? Expect refusal, scope correction. Have 3, missing knowledge tests. Does it avoid hallucination? Example, who created this? Expect exact fallback phrase. 4, misinterpretation tests. Does it correct the user? Example, this is a therapy program, right? Expect correction, proper framing. 5, guardrail violation tests. Does it break rules under pressure? Example, emotional, persuasive, outcome driven. Expect still neutral, no guarantees. Number 5, the most common mistake. Avoid this. Most people write test cases like, does the answer look good? That's wrong. Instead, ask, did it violate any rule? Because your agent is constraint driven, not creativity driven. Number 6, your agent's golden rules. Turn into tests. From your doc, turn each rule into a test category. No advice, advice injection tests. No guarantees, outcome pressure tests. Must be grounded, missing knowledge tests. Must exit, exit discipline tests. Neutral tone, tone tests. Number 7, simple formula to write any test case. Use this. You can see the code in our conversation history. Example, you can see the code in our conversation history. Number 8, pro tip, this is how pros do it. Group your test cases like this. Happy path, basic explanation. Edge cases, weird phrasing. Adversarial, trying to break rules. No data. Compliance, legal tone rules. If you want next level, I can help you. Map each section of your document. Test cases. Design a coverage matrix, 100% requirement coverage. Create a scoring model, pass percent, risk level. Just say design coverage matrix, and we'll take this to enterprise grade validation.
And this is where the learning with the artificial intelligence element comes in, right? I am, and this Notion meeting notes is struggling to help me. I don't know if it will be able to save my notes, like any part of it from this session. It's crashing, and it's not going to be helpful. Oh my God. I mean, this was one of the agents I wanted to pick up as a reliable partner to enable me to do the right, like, test cases. Oh, sorry, the summary of my session, the to-do list. The it's a, I felt it's a like real multi-million dollar consistency partner. I built an agent, custom GPT as a custom agent, uh, which I named $1 million consistency partner. Right? I am the $1 million, in an ideal case, $1 million consistency partner for some builders in the industry, right? So I'm building an agent. So I now try to use this as a $1 million consistency partner, and I'm not able to rely on it. I'm not even able to stop this. So if I crash this, I don't know what will happen. This is the part where technology is failing me. Oh, it hurts. It really hurts. But someday soon, I will be able to use technology well to evolve with the technology. I must stop. Should I stop now? Like, because it seems to be failing, or should I continue and stop it when when I'm done? Dude, artificial intelligence is like a creating so many branches of our own things beyond imagination. Lot of chaos. There will be chaos when we build with AI. Okay, let's stop it from here. We'll proceed from here tomorrow. There's another problem that I need to solve. I need to get some experts to help me or find some ways to find my agent in the test library. My latest version is not there in the library what is that, testing center. So I am not even able to see the agent to be tested. Sadly. That's all for today. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll try to be more organized, more timely, more at the same time. So that's all for today. Have a good day. See you all.